my god, Ariella and Biniyam from 90 Day Fiancé shared a relationship update, and holy crap, you guys, their relationship is coming down. It is disastrous, awful, and it is not looking good for them. You guys, Ariella and Biniyam were on 90 Day Berzal, and for once in a while, finally, the episode was actually really good, because we have not heard a peep of anything from Ari and Biniyam on their engagement. They're not even dating. They are engaged. Not for long, though, I don't think. Long story short, they're not doing good. Basically, to sum everything up real quick for you guys, Biniyam is still working. He is working like crazy. Now, I don't even know. I liked Biniyam. Now I don't even know really what I think of him. He is constantly on the go, and this is why I kind of don't like him anymore. He won't follow up with a text, and so he's on the go doing this, that, and the other. He claims he's working, but he'll be like in the studio, kind of sitting there making music, but not really doing anything, and Ari's starting to kind of get mad. But the thing she's really getting mad about is she will text him. I don't know why I'm doing this, but she will text him and text him and text him, and the guy never responds, and he will never, ever text her back. And there was even one time where he was gone for 2 freaking days without telling her at all what was going on. And there were a couple things Ari said throughout this interview on 90 Day Berzal that even Biniyam was like, wait a second, that wasn't really true. But even the 2-day thing where she was like, you were gone for 2 days, you didn't follow up, you didn't call me, you didn't text me. I mean, I can only really imagine what he was doing, and he didn't deny it. He was just like, yeah, that happened. You know, that was what went down. And to me, if I was Ari so he just left for 2 days without any communication, I would be on the verge of considering leaving. And she even said it, though. I mean, it was not like it was some, elephant in the room. Ari wasn't holding back. She even admitted it. She goes, if this continues, that will close the chapter for me and I will be done. But the weird thing was, 1 second she was complaining that their relationship is god-awful and he won't communicate with her and he's always constantly gone. But then towards the end of the interview, she was like, I still do care about you and I want to see this work. But I don't think at all she is stuck on any direction. I think she is totally open. If it comes down to just keep going in this direction, she'll leave. And I do not think she has any issue leaving whatsoever. And in this interview, they were in 2 different locations. They are both still in Ethiopia, it sounds like, though. But because of his work schedule, he's there, all over the place. He was literally out of town while they were filming this, and so they weren't even together. It just kind of sounds fishy. It seems weird. They are fighting like crazy. And then we got to see Biniyam's sisters, who we all know were not a fan of Ari. And since the show aired and since we got to last see them, their relationship has only gotten worse. And it sounds like Biniyam's sister Wish actually blocked Ari on social media, and I believe even Messenger, because she was messaging, Wish, going, hey, your brother won't talk to me. Biniyam will not communicate with me. What is going on? Where is he? And finally, Wish just blocked her. So it's not looking good for those two. Comment below what you think. I'm not really a huge fan of Ari either. I think she is kind of annoying and she kind of complains a lot, but I will say, he should communicate with her more. What is so hard with a simple text? Okay, hey, I'm doing this. I'm going here to work now. If you haven't talked to someone all freaking day and you're engaged, technically, you should probably follow up. You can't leave somewhere for 2 days. And he was just acting like his, Biniyam's reasoning, if you're wondering, was, hey, I'm going here, I'm working. And when he gets into a fight with Ari, and he was like, when Ari's mad, I don't want to do anything with it. I'm just going to kind of go my own direction and forget about it and let her cool off, and then I'll come back, which you can say that's right or wrong. I don't even really freaking know. But still, I feel like you should probably communicate to some degree and just text her and say, hey, I'm here, I'm there. In 2 days, 48 hours, that seems a little bit much for me, but more on them in a couple minutes. Now I want to talk a bit more on, oh my god, guess who was also on 90 Day Berzal? It was not just Binny and Ari. We also got to see Debbie and Colt, because they were promoting the new show 90 Day Fiancé Single Life, which actually was pretty good. 90 Day Berzal I feel like is better, but that show was pretty good. But anyway, they were on and we learned a couple things. You know what they say? They always say you learn something new every day, and I learned a couple new things about Debbie. Number one, we found out that in the 60s and 70s, she loved to do a lot of stuff with a lot of different guys, and I was not aware of that. Now, I have seen a picture of Debbie before on social media, and she was good looking back then. I'm curious how her voice was and if she was still super annoying back then. But either way, when she was in her 20s or whatnot, she was good looking, and apparently, according to her, she had a lot of fun. So that was kind of interesting. And we also learned that, oh my god, you guys, she got catfished, and I just can't help but laugh and think it's hilarious. And I don't wish, bad on anyone, but I just kind of think it's karma that here we have Debbie constantly complaining about Colt with his foreign ladies. She doesn't like any of of them, and then she actually gets a foreign man, because this man was not in the States. He was in Great Britain, or something like that. He was somewhere overseas in England or something, which is just like, what? But she ended up meeting this guy, and then guess what? Just like Yolanda, ooh, boo-hoo, he was from Nigeria. And of course, because she got catfished, they had to rein in, like I said, Yolanda. So Yolanda was on it too. More on her in a minute, but yeah, we saw Debbie and Colt, and they were talking about this new 90 Day Fiancé Single Life show, which is pretty good. We got to see a sneak peek that I have not seen, that Colt goes on a date with a woman who is an adult. What's the word? The appropriate word for it? An adult, I don't even know, model, I guess you could say. And yeah, it was probably one of the fakest scripted things I have ever seen in my entire life. But Colt went on this blind date that supposedly his friend, set him up with, and he went on it, and it was honestly, you guys, it was so freaking fake. This woman, who is an actress of some sort, she was attractive, and she was all into Colt, and once again, I mean, come on, what does she see in him? And she was all over him, and if you're gonna ask me, she was probably like, I want to get more famous, so I'm gonna go on the show, pretend to like Colt, and pretend to do all this stuff with Colt to get some attention, and then that'll probably be it. And that's exactly what she did. So they went on this stupid freaking blind date. It was ridiculous, very annoying, and Colt, for some reason, even though she was attractive, was acting like, he still wants Vanessa, which I know the real Colt would never, ever, 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 probably ever say that. But it was interesting. It was good. It was kind of cool to see Debbie and Colt. I always say this, but it's always interesting to see them without the bleeping, because Debbie's got a little bit of a mouth on her. So hearing the bleep, 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 and hearing the bleeping gone, it's kind of two different shows. So that is one thing I love about this freaking show. That was very kind of fun and funny, but that was about it. Debbie, apparently she has this whole other life to her I never even knew about, and yes, she is looking to date, and she got catfished. So kind of funny, kind of just hilarious how this all works. But we're gonna, Colt didn't really have a comment if he's mad, uncomfortable. His dad did pass away a long time ago, but he didn't really seem to care, and I feel like at this point, Colt's kind of like, you know what, I don't think he gives a crap about his mom, and maybe he is still kind of a mama's boy, but honestly, if I had to guess, I'd say a lot of that stuff's just kind of for the show, just for attention, but I could be wrong, I don't know for sure. And while we are talking about all this 90 Day Bears-All stuff, like I said a little bit earlier, we got to see Yolanda with her man. I want to say his name is John. I will try to find a picture and post it right there. He's a very good looking guy, not gonna lie, very good looking guy. Yolanda, okay, I liked her in the first episode, but once I ended up realizing, Yolanda knew, for the majority of this time, that Williams was fake. And there was all this weird timeline stuff. She knew when 90 Day Fiancé was going on that Williams was not real for the majority of the season. When she was on her first season of before 90 Day, before the 90 Day or whatever. So she knew what was going on. And for me, it was kind of like, oh, this is just kind of annoying to watch her. But then as things went on, she ended up getting off the show and dating this guy and that guy, which is fine. She can do her. I'm not one to judge, even though I do judge a lot, but I don't mean to. But anyway, she was constantly dating this guy, that guy, this guy, and it just kind of got to the point where I was like, is this just for fame or attention? Is she really dating these guys? She had this one stupid boyfriend, Josh Sider, who I really can't stand, and that was completely fake for attention in my opinion. But now she's dating this guy, she's probably, since she was dating Josh, she has probably dated at least 5 to 6 guys, and she's always posting them on her social media. Well, now she's with this guy named John, and I thought for sure she'd be on to another guy by now, but now on her social media, she's still with this John guy. And the dumbest thing was, he acted like he had no idea anything about Yolanda on 90 Day Fiancé. Now don't get me wrong, it's possible, maybe, that he had no idea about anything with 90 Day Fiancé in the show, and maybe, but even, it's just the whole thing sounded so fake. And if I had to guess, once again, like Colt and his actress friend, this guy probably knew she had some fame, or she might have even approached him, but he claims they were in Vegas, walking around a grocery store, and then he saw her with a mask on her face, and was like, oh my god, she's beautiful. And if you're wondering, the guy's 15 years younger than Yolanda, so none of it makes any sense. And I wish her best, I wish her well. I feel bad, honestly, for the kids. The kids did not choose choose to have a mom that just does anything for attention. That's exactly what I think Yolanda does. So it was just annoying, very ridiculous. This guy, in my opinion, was full of crap. And they were asking him questions, joking around about Williams and him being a catfish. That's the thing I don't like about 90 Day Bearzall, honestly, is they have all these stupid quizzes and crap. Now, the quiz game with Colt and Debbie, that was kind of funny because it was like weird personal questions. But now the quiz stuff with, Yolanda and her new man, it was stupid stuff like, have you ever lied about where you live and this, that, and it was catfishing questions. Okay, well, of course the guy's not going to say he ever lied. That's the dumbest freaking thing. So that was annoying. But Yolanda, she's supposedly with this guy. Whatever. I have no comment. But now Ari and Biniam, I'm curious what y'all think. I don't think this is going to work well for these two. If you saw 90 Day Bearzall, you know what I'm talking about. They were fighting. They were mad. And I just kind of feel like Ari is... I mean, let me put it this way. If they didn't have the baby, they would not be together. There's no way, if they did not have that baby, that they would be together right now. And I just kind of feel like she wants the dad in the life, and that's it. And I think Biniam, he probably wants to be in his baby's life too, And I find it so funny though, because on social media we see this couple and they are posting together here and there, and they seem happy and they seem in love. But it's like, on 90 Day Bearzall, that had not seemed to be the case. So I don't know if they're just putting on a show for social media or what is going on. But I'm telling you guys, if they keep going in this direction with the fighting and Biniam not texting her, and I mean, you can't do that, and never following up, and now, even Biniam's family not liking Ari, and then they're having that distance, and Ari did say she likes to kind of be alone a lot of the times, but still, she does want to be around people and have family near her, and she has no one. So I'm shocked she hasn't gone back to the U.S., honestly, and maybe eventually that's what they'll do. Maybe she'll go to the U.S. I know Biniam would love to go, so maybe they'll do that, but I have a really hard time. In all honesty, I have a very hard time. If Biniam keeps doing this and not telling her where he's at, I have a hard time seeing these two together. I think they are going to go their separate ways and likely probably break up. I'd be really curious to hear, though, what the mom and dad... The dad, I wasn't a huge fan of, but the mom, I thought the mom was actually nice and respectful, and I know not everyone might agree with me, but I thought the mom was nice enough. And I know some people, she was acting a little bit, high maintenance and all that kind of crap, but I think deep down she has a big heart, and I'm curious to see how the mom is dealing with this stuff. I know Ari, that was her best friend. The mom was Ari's best friend. And so I'm curious, how is she dealing with Ari being over here, all this stay-at-home craziness, pandemic stuff, and now Biniam running around. I'm just really interested. I'd be curious to hear how she is feeling about Biniam with all this drama going on, and if Ari should just go back home or what she should do. Very curious to hear, and I would have wished they would have had the mom and possibly even the dad on the show. But that is it for now, guys. 90 Day Fiancé, 90 Day Bearzall. You know what? I thought we were going to be done with this show, in all honesty, because we have this new 90 Day Fiancé Single Life show, which also airs on Sunday night. So I just figured, how could they air both these shows at once? But hey, we got a blessing, blessing in disguise. I'm not complaining at all. I don't know how much longer 90 Day Bearzall is going to be on. However, I will say, Yara and a bunch of other people have been spotted in LA, which that tells me they're probably filming for 90 Day Bearzall. So this thing is probably going to keep going. I mean, I have no complaints with it. I'm sure it's gotten a really good response because it is actually a good show. And if you have 90 Day, Discovery Plus or whatever, 90 Day Bearzall, it's worth watching. And I would say it's definitely better than 90 Day Fiancé Single Life. I hate to say that, but it is honestly. I don't care at all. I have no, stake in this thing. It's way better. 90 Day Single Life is okay so far, but the castmates, I'm not a big fan of. 90 Day Bearzall, we have a constant flow of castmates. But if you don't like Sean Robinson, I think, you're not going to like this show, because she's on every single episode, and if you're kind of like me, I'm not a huge fan of her. I hate to hate too much on her, but I think she's, you know why I don't like her? Because I'm freaking jealous and I want her job. But anyway, y'all, 90 Day Fiancé, 90 Day Bearzall, freaking good show. Comment below what you guys think of Ari and Vinny, if they're going to be staying together or not, and I am just sitting here biting my nails. I don't think this is going to go down good, but I could be wrong, and I would love to be proven wrong. Either way, guys, comment below what you think, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, comment below your thoughts, and y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.